What's up, guys, and welcome back to some more gameplay. Today we're going to be playing Fortnite, and I wanted to go back to that impossible car parkour. And today what we're going to be figuring out is if I can beat this impossible car parkour challenge, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to beat it. Last time it was way too long. I'm not going to lie. I did it at the end of me basically playing like the battle royales and whatnot, and I thought this was gonna just be like a couple like 3, 4, 5 at most minutes. It ended up being a significant amount of time, so I said that I was just gonna retry it another day, and today is that day. So if you guys like this episode, please don't forget to leave a like, a comment, help your brother out. Let's go ahead and get started here though. I don't think I have another car that I can swap out. Okay, yeah, I'm still very new to this whole Fortnite game, so bear with me a little bit. I don't really know what all of this is called. I don't know how to, you know, maneuver myself on the game yet, but we're going to get it all figured out. In the meantime, though, if you haven't checked out my other gameplay walkthroughs, you should go ahead and do that. I have both games on Twitch, and I have gameplay walkthroughs on the same name, Nova 6. I got everything from Batman, to Tomb Raider, to Life is Strange, to and anything in between. I even have some Miles Morales Spider-Man. So if you want to see some more gameplay, you can go over there and let's get started. Okay. I'm gonna have to lock in a little bit. A little bit of a rough start, but it's all good. Okay, whoever designed this map is a little freaky. They a little bit of a gooner, but it's all good. That is some hot breath right there, I'm not gonna lie. Oh crap, crap, crap. Overshot the land in there, but it's all good. Oh my god. Again? Alright, we're fucking up the groove here. Alright. We good. Oh, oh. I wonder if I would be fine if I just didn't jump on those. So, what kind of interested me into wanting to do these is I see everybody playing Fortnite, but I don't see people playing, the car challenges. Like none of the races or anything like that. Okay, I was hitting the wrong button to try to drift. But yeah, I don't really see people do these races for Fortnite, which doesn't make sense to me because I remember people used to do the races for GTA, and I feel like these races are just as good. Okay, we starting to get a hang of this. Starting to get a hang of it. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, I don't need to go that fast no more. I can't believe this is still only lap 1. I think these pretty good. I didn't trust that, I'm not gonna lie. So that's where we started at, down there, the bottom right. So I'm not sure what these numbers mean, the 18, the 19. They keep going up. I barely even hit the ground for that one. Well, I hope all this music is copyright free. Oh, I barely made that. Six. Oh crap. No! Oh, man. Crap. Bro, I barely made that. We got banana, avocado over here. I just had some had an avocado for breakfast. They so good. It's crazy to think that when I was younger, I never tried one. I don't think I tried avocado till I got like, it was like high school. Is that the, why does the sun look like that? It's like, oh, I guess that could be the reflection. It'd be nice if, yeah, I don't think I got this far. See, when I did this, the first time, I think that this level was the second level for me. And that's when I stopped on the second level. I want to try out something. It's too late now. $42. Crap, I kept panicking. Okay. There we go. Oh, crap. Alright, alright. For the rest of this, I'm gonna try not to die. That's gonna be my goal. That was a close one. Right, we have 48 now. I don't know if that's good or bad. Woo! Try to go over it. Can't go over it, can't go through it. This one I do think is better to just slow down a little bit. Even if you don't stop completely. Oh, that was close. Alright, made it to, yeah, 50. I can't even look over there to see what's going on. I do remember these. It's like there's nothing would be there, but you still can drive on it for a few seconds. I don't know how to explain. Look at that. You know, like you can still drive on it for a few seconds. Crap! I didn't know that fall off was gonna be so significant. Have to finesse that. Have to finesse that. Oh, so close. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go! Okay, stay out of the white. Woo! Saw that. Oh, the cherry's so mad. I mean, we good to go. We're 60 now. I hesitated. Crap, that little corner. Oh shit. Did I just finesse this? Did I just finesse this? I love that sound effect, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, actually, I do remember this now. $65. Shit, that came fast. Shit. I gotta watch out for those blades. They come. Oh my god. Ay, Dios mío. Again? Sometimes you gotta finesse that. I wish that wasn't in the way. Oh my god, really? Flew too close to the sun. Really? I made that. Come on. Ah! Come on. They don't want to give it to me. It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna play a little bit safer. There we go. 69. Oh shit, I forgot about this. It's cool though, as soon as you touch ground, that meter goes right back to damn near 100. Oh, I forgot to touch ground. Crap. What is going on? Okay, I know how to get back up. Oh, my game glitch? Yeah, that was definitely a glitch, but it's whatever. Nope. Oh! Saw that. Whoa, that was a close one. Nope. Crap. Somehow it just leveled up. Oh, I can see the finish line. Oh my god. I was just gonna leave me hanging out there. No! Ooh, holy shit! Crap! My controller's going crazy. Seriously? Okay, we barely made that. Barely. Barely. Yeah, some people be gooning, bro. Like that's crazy. This is not the first time I've seen something like that either. What was that game where it's like it was similar to Don't Look Down, I think it was called. When you climbing, you keep climbing out of hill and all that. Like once you got towards the top, there was like this anime girl dressed in like a school uniform. It was like some straight Goonin type stuff. It was diabolical. Excuse me. I don't know what you've been on, but I can't see you no more. Cause I've been trying to chill for the moment. I'm trying to chill for the moment. Ooh, close. Can this even be considered racing? I mean, there's no time limit and there's no timer. Kind of more like set up parkour, like they said. I can't see you no more. 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 I can't lie, I kinda like this beat. It's electrifying. Let's go over here. Oh shit. I don't think you should die if you run into the palm trees. I think that's a little cheap. Took my eyes off the camera or the screen for a second. You know, the other day I saw somebody talking about how the biggest scam that people will tell you is that while you in your 20s you still have a whole bunch of time. And I honestly agree. Like, it feels like it was just yesterday that I was 25 and I'm 28 now. And it's just like, it's crazy, you know? And I saw the guy, he was talking about how there's been studies done on this, and apparently after the age of 25 like increases, which is why like when we was kids it used to seem like it was forever for Christmas to come, but then nowadays as adults you look up and it was just, you know, Thanksgiving, and then what is it, like a week, like 2 weeks until Christmas, you know? What's today's date? Oh shit, I'm supposed to be, oh, I died again. So it's the 10th. So I mean, like, yeah, Christmas is right there. But I remember as a kid, it used to take forever. Like, it felt like Christmas was really like 3 months away when it was December 1st. But yeah, that's, I do agree that has to be one of the biggest scams. Oh shit. That has to be one of the biggest scams that they'll tell you, because they make it seem like you have all the time in the world, and so you don't really have a sense of urgency, and you would just sit back and you would just be like, okay, well, you know, I can do it tomorrow, you know, I still got time. And then before you know it, you're 28. It's so real. So I just want to say, like, don't listen to that. If you're younger and you watching this, don't listen to that. You have all the time in the world. No, you don't. If you can do it right now, do it right now. Don't wait to, you know, the perfect moment, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. That's something I've been learning. You know, like, when you go check out my my Summer's Almost Over performance series, I've been planning that for a while. I mean, a while. It was always gonna be called Summer's Almost Over, regardless of what season I put it out in, because it's a play on my first album, Summer Solstice. So that's not why it's called Summer Solstice, but I mean, that's not why it's called Summer's Almost Over. It's not because I planned on releasing it in the summer, and that's why I called it that. Like, no, regardless, it was gonna be called that. But my point is, I have been planning that for a while. And I kept putting it off. Now, part of that was me trying to collect everything, because I did gather a lot of stuff to be able to make it look as good as it does. Like I got the, what is it called? Projector. It's like a laser projector. And it's colorful and whatnot. But that's not even the only projector that I bought. I bought another one as well. But that one just didn't come out looking as good. So I just ended up going with the main one that you see in that series. But yeah, I have been planning it for a while. I knew I wanted to do something like that. And I kept basically trying to wait until the perfect time, and then I came to realize, like, there is no perfect time. So I just, I think it was a Saturday, I just, you know, planned my whole day out for it. I'm like, okay, I want to do it today. It's not going to be anybody, you know, really at the house. You know, I'm like, it'll be quiet. I had everything set up at that point. I was just kind of waiting to do it. And I just went for it. And it came out a lot better than I anticipated. And I think it did pretty good, you know. It's still getting views on it. I think it's like the first episode is like at 3K, so that's pretty good. And one thing I've been doing lately, oh shit, one thing I've been doing lately is I'm trying my best not to pay for promotion. Like, as a music artist, you're going to need to pay for promotion at one point or not. Like, that's just the reality of it. And anybody that doesn't understand that, you don't understand music, and you really overestimate yourself. Because in this industry, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It really does not matter. You can be the most talented music artist in existence, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter unless you can get in front of the right people. Unless you can get in front of anybody, you know? And how do you get in front of everybody? Or anybody, rather? You have to pay for promo. You have to pay for a promotion. You know, like, I'm not saying buy bots. You don't buy bots. That shit will come back to bite you in the ass. I've talked about that before in one of my streams, but yeah, you're gonna have to pay for promotion. Because what promotion does is it puts you in front of people that you otherwise wouldn't have ever got put in front of. And it creates an opportunity for you to be able to showcase your skills to people that probably would have never clicked on your stuff to begin with. And that was something that I used to tell everybody. Like, I used to try to put a lot of people on with doing that. And you can always tell who's very, like, green to this industry and who really don't understand how the industry works by their response to that. Because, like, the very amateurish, like, people, because there was always other music artists that I was around when I was coming up. You know, like, I either went to the same school with them, or we lived in the same town, or, you know, a lot of our supporters would be familiar with each other's work. And I would try to put people onto this, you know? But you can always see based off their reaction. Like, oh, you buying views and all that. It's not buying views. In fact, if you're buying views, you're digging a ditch for yourself. One of the worst things you could possibly do is buy views. Because it's not going to create a real community that you're going to need. You know, and I think that's a very childish way of looking at things anyway, you know? Because it's just lying to yourself. And it's basically like you're closing your eyes and, you know, putting your fingers in your ears and going la 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 la. You don't want to listen. But the reality is, like, promo is not the same as buying views or buying your stuff. It's not the same at all. Instagram has promo built into it. Facebook has promo built into it. Twitter, I think Twitter has promo built into it. I haven't been on Twitter in a while, but I think so. TikTok has promo built into it. YouTube has promo built into it. SoundCloud has promo built into it. Like, for you to sit here and pretend like it's botting when it's literally professional promotion services that you're paying for through these apps, is just disingenuous, you know? Again, it's like you closing your eyes and you putting your fingers in your ears and you're going la 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 la. That's essentially all you're doing. Because you know, like, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, I used to try to tell people, like, you're going to need to pay for promo. I remember, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you'll know that, damn it, you'll know that I started off making music with my nephew. Now, my nephew is, actually, he's older than me. I think he's like, it's like 31 maybe 32 now, something like that. And that's because my sister had kids at a, oh shit, she had kids at a age before I was born. Like, my parents are old. A lot of people don't know that. I have baby boomer parents. If my dad was still alive, it'd be like 70 something. You know? But I started making music with my nephew. And my nephew kind of put me on to a lot of things when it came to like being a creative and being an artist. Now, I taught myself how to rap and how to sing or harmonize, whatever you want to call it. I taught myself those things, but my nephew definitely helped me out with establishing like my foundation for it all, you know? And I remember hitting up my nephew because he used to make music first, and I remember hitting him up after my father passed away, and I told him that I wanted to start making music. What kind of inspired, oh shit, what kind of inspired me, believe it or not, damn it, I was watching 106 in Park, and if you're a little bit younger, you might not remember that at this point because it doesn't come on no more, but I was watching 106 in Park, and it was, you know, like, damn it. What's up? How's it going? Oh my god. Again. What's up? Welcome to the stream. But I was watching 106 in Park, and I saw a guy performing his music on stage. Damn, can I get past this? And I seen that, and I seen the influence that he had over the crowd. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, I would love to be able to do something like that, you know? And that's when I hit my nephew up, and I was like, I want to start making music. And that's pretty much where it started, right then and there. But I started to learn a lot from my nephew, and I used to really look up to my nephew when it came to making music, because he was a very lyrical artist. Very lyrical. Always had some type of really cool punchline. He was very much outside of the box thinker. So I used to always see him as, wait, can I? Crap. Crap. So this is considered being in the air. How did I finesse that? That's crazy. But my nephew was very good with the punchlines. He was very lyrical. So that was my goal, to be as good as him or a little bit better. And then some things happened in life. My nephew started getting into some things like drugs and whatnot, and then it kind of changed him, and some other stuff I'm not really going to go into details about right now. But point is, he kind of fell off from his purpose in life, and I started really taking off with the music. And this is like during high school, so this is around like 2012, 2013, 2014, because I graduated high school in 2015. Oh my god, go back, go. Yeah, that was so confusing. This map is all over the place. But yeah, that was when I started to really take off with my music and stuff. And it got to a point where, cause my nephew used to always do way more views than me. But then it got to a point where I started to really lap him up. Really? Seriously? So I remember having a conversation with him, and I tried to tell him, man, I feel like I'm going too fast now. I tried to tell him that he needed to pay for promo for his music, and I remember him telling me he don't gotta do that because he's too good. And I remember thinking like, wow, that was very arrogant, you know? Because it's not about how good you are when it comes to that. Like, how are you going to get in front of people if they don't know who you are? You know? And you create that credibility by paying for a promo. So long story short, because I already made it a long story. But long story short, I ended up surpassing him. He no longer makes music anymore. I think the last time he made music was close to a decade ago. I still make music. And yeah, I surpassed him in pretty much every metric. Not because I was arrogant or I'm arrogant or think that I'm better than him or anything like that, but it's because I was humble enough to realize like, yeah, I'm good, but talent alone isn't enough. You're gonna have to pay for promo, whether you're a music artist, you're a painting artist, you do fashion, let's say that you do vlogging on YouTube, let's say that you make beats, anything, you're gonna have to pay for promotional services. I mean, can you get pretty far just by doing things by yourself, like organic? I wouldn't say pretty far, but you can get a significant way. But I feel like if you want to be professional with it, you're gonna have to pay for promo at one point. Like, whether it's the, you know, like Google ads, right? Because that's what Google, that's what YouTube promotion is Google ads. Or you doing like Instagram or something like that. But these services, they work. And you will really see a large benefit in them. When I started running promo for my songs, and I would do promo for Instagram too, TikTok, you will see a huge surge in the amount of people that will give you a listen. And especially when you're in a creative field and you doing self-promotion, that's literally when these websites stop promoting your stuff organically. Like, if you ever seen anybody on like TikTok and they'll put out a song saying, oh, they're an independent artist. I mean, they'll put out a video saying they're an independent artist. Check out their music. TikTok, Instagram, all of these sites will hide that very fast. You know why? Because you're going to be taking traffic away from their website, their app. They don't want that. They want people to stay on the app, you know? So when you're doing anything like that, they're very incentivized to basically hide your stuff. Also because it's a very oversaturated market. That's another reason why it's going to be hid. So that's when you have to start getting creative with the stuff, you know? But it's crazy. I got sidetracked and started talking about all that, but damn, did my car just slip and slide? But yeah, like as I was saying before, time goes by so fast. Before you know it, you'll be looking up, are you close to 30? So if you want to do something, get on it. Definitely get on it immediately. Don't wait for tomorrow. If you're gonna wait for tomorrow, make sure you do that shit tomorrow. That's all I'll say. But what I was saying before is that as of lately, I've been trying to push like a lot more content out without paying for promo. And it's not because there's anything wrong with paying for promo. There's absolutely nothing wrong with paying for promo. I wouldn't have said all that if there was an issue with it. For me, it's more like a personal type of goal. Like, if you ever seen Dragon Ball Z, when Gohan said that he didn't want to go Super Saiyan no more, instead he wanted to, you know, increase his base level. That's kind of like the same concept for me. You know, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with paying for promo, but I feel like if I focus on just trying to create better content in general that naturally gains people's attention and holds people's attention, I feel like when I do pay for a promo, it would be that much better, you know? And then on top of that, you know, it could be expensive. Oh, so that's the other point I was going to make. When artists say that they don't want to pay for promo, this is something that you have to realize, okay? The music artist game is oversaturated. It's really oversaturated. Everyone and their mama are making music. Streamers will go to the studio and record a track. You know, like, people, they put their foot into this industry so often. Like, I mean, like, and it's not just rapping, it's just music in general. Look at all these non-musicians who have songs out. What is it, like Kim Kardashian, you know, Kanel Joseph went to the studio one time. There's a whole bunch of people that don't actually care about music, or care about making music, rather, that has made music, that has gone to the studio, you know? So music is very oversaturated. On top of that, you have people with record labels. And what are these record labels doing? They're paying for promotion. There's like, they literally would take like $500,000. I mean, $500,000. They'll take $50,000 and they'll put that for promotion alone behind the music. You know, like, that's who you're competing against. That's who you are competing against. And the thing is, once you start to understand the music industry, you understand that it's really not about talent. Talent is a percentage of it, but it's really not about talent. Think of all these people out here who makes terrible sounding music, but you hear the music so much that eventually you just gave into it. Think about that for a second. The reason for that is because familiarity. You'll hear a song so much, and then you will think like, this song sucks, and you hate it. And then you hear it more and more, and then eventually you start to come around. You like, okay, alright, you know, it's not that bad. You know, this part is a little catchy. I like the beat. You know, this part makes me laugh. You know, I like the way they said this part. Eventually you're gonna come around. That's why that's how that shit works, you know? Why do you think they will play songs so much on the radio? Nowadays a lot of people don't listen to the radio, including me, but why do you think that was such a big thing back in the day? Because that repetition. You hear it over and over and over again, Now all of a sudden you're singing the shit. You're singing a song that you hate. That's the same concept as paying for promotion. You're getting put in front of these people who otherwise wouldn't want to listen to your stuff or wouldn't listen to your stuff. And that's important. But yeah, you have to keep that in mind. You're going up against people, damn it. You're going up against people who have record labels backing them. I'll try to make that. You can't really afford not to pay for promo when these people, they put out a song and they got $50,000 in promotional services behind that song or behind that album, that mixtape, that EP, whatever. And you're competing up against these people. You can't afford not to try to level, you know, the power scale to at least to some degree. And with all these like social media platforms basically going against you, like I said, how they're the moment that you mention something about music, hip hop, you know, independent artists, up and coming, the moment that you mention anything like that, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, they'll hide your stuff. So you don't even have that going for you, you know? Like, I'll put out some of the most amazing work that I could think of, you know? Something that took me days to think creatively about, you know? And I ain't dropped that shit on TikTok. And the shit got like 60 views before. That same video I put on YouTube got over 9,000. Let me see. Higher. The Higher video, I got a song called Higher. And it's on both my gaming YouTube and my regular music YouTube. I believe that video got like 90,000 views on it. And that same video on TikTok got like 400 views on it, you know? Like I'm telling you, promotion does wonders. You just have to think about that, you know? So I think the best thing that any artist can do is you need to get a part-time job, or at least like a job in general. Part-time, full-time, it doesn't really matter. The job needs to be something that doesn't take away from you too much physically or mentally. So you don't want a job that is gonna have you so sore that you can barely walk, you know? Or you don't want a job that's gonna have you so mentally drained that it's hard for you to even get back into artist mode, you know? You want something that's very lenient, laid back, you know, that still pays a decent amount. And you're going to want to, damn it, you're going to want to use that to basically fund your career. Damn it. Yeah, you're going to want to do that to fund your career. For the supplies that you need, right? Like, let's say you're a music artist like I am. Part of those supplies is going to not just be like I wouldn't even say studio equipment, you know, that's something else in itself entirely. Cause you can start gathering equipment for a studio, like to make a home studio for yourself, but that production, you know, it's probably not going to be as good a it's probably not going to be as good a production as if you go to a studio. So that might be something that you might be willing to sacrifice. But for me personally, I didn't find that to be worth the sacrifice. I would rather not have a home studio and have to pay that out my pocket, so that I could get like a more professional sounding quality to my music. And people notice that, they really do. That's one of the most common compliments that I get on my music. Like, people will hear it and they'll go, wow, this sounded like you know, someone who's already famous has created this, you know. That's one of the best compliments that you can get, honestly. Oh shit, oh shit. And then another thing, because all of this, it has its pros and its cons, you know. It might be a con to have to pay for studio time, but a pro is that you can use that studio session and get more content out of it. And what do I mean by that? I'll tell you. So I'll go to the studio, I'll book a 2-hour session, I'll go to the studio, I'll bring my phone, because I have like a whole bunch of phones. I'll bring one of my phones that I use for recording, and I'll bring my tripod. Damn, that shit going fast. And as I'm sitting there and I'm recording music, I'm just gonna hit play on that camera, or not play. I'm gonna hit record on that camera. And I'm going to try my best to forget that camera's... Damn, I almost got past. I'm going to try my best to forget that camera is there. I'm going to focus on making that music, right? Now, after I complete that song, I complete that recording, right? Now, not only do I have a new song that I can put out, but I also have the content that I could put out with that music. I could put out that behind the scenes content. I could put out that in the studio chilling type shit, you know? I could take pictures. Wow. I didn't even know I could do that. I can take pictures. Yeah, I think this part is glitching. I think it's supposed to be more over here. Alright, I do have to keep going though. But yeah, I can take a whole bunch of pictures in the studio, which is going to look pretty cool on social media platforms. I could take a video of just me, you know, me just in the booth recording vocals, you know. Like, there's so much stuff that I can do with that content now. So not only did I put out a dope ass song, but now I have visuals to go along with it, you know. So like I said, there's pros and cons to it all. If you want a home studio, go for that. But yeah, just be aware of what comes with that. But whatever you decide to do, you need to do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the right time. Like, do it now, bro. I'm telling you. Oh shit. Whee! Damn it, I was a little bit short. hat. Oh my god. Can I please get past this part? This is like the last part. Alright. Come on. Oh my god. I'm gonna just wait. Ay, Dios mío. Bro, it faked me out. Oh my god. I'ma just wait. Cause this shit wanna play. Alright, this is the last time, man. I'm not doing this no more. Come on! Oh my god! I hate when it does that. You start to see inside the car and shit, like this GTA. There we go. No more of this. No more. No more locked doors. Benito. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like it makes your car go over. Bro, control yourself. What is going on? I wonder if it's supposed to act like this. Cause as soon as I get on it, like look, it's controlling where my car is going. I'm trying to get back. There we go. Finally! Oh my god. That only took like 48 years. An hour and 7 minutes. Wow. Yeah, no. Alright, so that's gonna be all for Fortnite today. I do have some stuff planned. Some surprises. I got some new games that I plan on doing walkthroughs for. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I do the Detroit Become Human evil walkthrough choices. I'm gonna wait just a little bit, but I will get on that. Not too long. It won't be too long of a wait, but I do got some other stuff that I plan on getting started. I'm kind of excited about, so stay tuned to that. And I'm going to be ending this live stream, but if one of those games that I just started to download has downloaded, I will jump right back on stream. So there will be signs. If not, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow. And until next time, see you guys. Peace.